Daniel 10:2. Bayamim hahem, ani Daniel, hayiti mitabel, shelosha shevuim yamim. So we have here a time marker. So in those days, now I jumped over there and got hahem. Notice here that this is the word for those, but we do have something like the definite article on it here. And notice we have the definite article here. So this is a demonstrative adjective describing those. And so we have there in those days as a time marker. And then we see who is the major player here. Daniel. And then we get the 1CS verb. Notice the T sufformative here. The verbal root in this case is hey, yod, hey, haya, to be. And notice third hey verbs. We get that yod dropping in there. So we've got an original third yod or original third vav yod. Here in this case, we see the yod most of the time in that third position. So hayiti, Daniel, I existed. Now I'm going to do this a little bit oddly, because notice here we have a hitpael participle. A hitpael participle. The verbal root here is aleph beit lamed, to mourn. And this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to view this participle as a substantival participle, namely one who mourns. And so what this is I existed as one who mourns, meaning I was a mourner or I was mourning. But since Hebrew has verbless clauses, I don't see haya technically as the to be verb, though that comes across well in English. Rather, what we have here is I existed in the status of one who mourns. And that gives us that substantival use of the participle here as well, which is common to participles, as opposed to seeing verb, something like that. You may have seen, if you wanted to say I was mourning, you may have seen something like just the pronoun with the participle, but here this construction is a little bit different. So I would see this as I existed as one who was mourning. Then we get the time marker here, 3 weeks, and then days. Now, the reason that days is added here, I was helped by this by Andrew Steinman. The reason days is added here is we want to talk about this is actually 3 weeks of days, 3 weeks of days. These are not figurative weeks like we saw in chapter 9. And so literally 3 weeks is what we're talking about here.